We are back. Episode 3. Let's try this again. We tried just a second ago. For some reason, my computer said it was dying, even though it was plugged in, so you gotta love technology. But we were only a minute in, so it wasn't a big deal. We really hadn't talked about anything other than American Idol. So, Mike, why don't you go ahead and give us the DL on
The
American
DL
Idol?
on American Idol. I've been watching American Idol since probably season 4. I think that's the season that Carrie Underwood was on in like 2008. Um, so we're watching it again. New season just started about 3 weeks ago. We're catching up on all the episodes we missed. Katy Perry is no longer there, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. I didn't really like her personality. She's kind of weird. Had some just weird mannerisms and just kind of awkward. And Carrie Underwood is the replacement, and I'm a Carrie Underwood fan, so it's been going good.
That's good. Katy Perry did put out some serious bangers, though, back in the day.
I'm not a Katy Perry fan at all.
Oh, those songs were absolute hits, so you are wrong
Can
with
you
that.
can you sing one of those for us?
No, but you know which ones I'm talking about.
No, I
Those
don't.
songs were straight bangers.
You got the eye of the tiger. That one.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you throw that on, and that's legit. You can't argue that.
Doesn't she also have one that's like fireworks? What the fireworks song?
I don't know. Last
I-
Friday night. Last Friday night's on there. That's a
Last
bang-
Friday night.
That's a banger. That you throw that on and you blast that to 100. That's legit. You can't. Everyone's gonna get up and dance to that. You can't argue that.
Yeah, I'm gonna dance my way to my gun safe and grab my Glock and.
Speaking of American Idol, though, I do know that there is one girl who's from Eagleville that's on.
Ah, yes, Craig Campbell's. Yeah,
Yeah, her
we
his
saw
daughter's
that.
friend. Yeah, so she made it. So that's cool to see someone who we've actually seen her sing at the coffee shop before.
Yep.
So that was cool to see her on there and get the golden
See
ticket.
Craig play the piano like a
Yeah.
G. He was a G
Yeah.
man playing
He's
it.
the man.
Amazing.
He is. He is the man.
Craig, you are the man. When you see this podcast for the first time, Eagleville,
shot.
bro. Eagleville.
No shot. He'll never see this.
I'm going to
podcast.
send it to him. I'm going to send it to his Instagram inbox.
There you go. He'll definitely read it.
For sure.
Let's see. What was the question my brother had? Oh, that was it. So my brother, when we were talking about baseball, pretty much the entire last episode, and you were booming, complaining about all the rule changes, he wanted to know what your take was on banana ball.
Is that the Savannah Bananas? Dude, it's funny you say that because I have a couple of students this year who obviously have gone to see them play because they come to school with like a Savannah Bananas jersey and a trucker hat. And I looked them up on YouTube and watched a few of their videos, and the stuff they do, while it seems kind of like Globetrotters where it's all entertainment, it's the amount of skill it takes to do what they do is unbelievable. Like backflip catches to the guy that wears the stilts and he can actually hit the ball and run on stilts.
I mean, yeah, he's not hitting a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on stilts, but
True.
so okay. I just want to make it the record straight for my brother, who's probably one of the only 3 people that watch this. But just so
No,
when he
there's
listens,
9. There's 9.
No, whoa. Oh my God, I
I-
mean, at this rate, we're going to be in the thousands by episode 10. So, but so just record
10,000.
straight. So normal baseball, Major League Baseball, making rule changes bad. Circus baseball, good.
Well, I mean, it's the same question as like, you can't compare them. You can't say, hey, Mike, do you think the Globetrotters are cool? Yeah. That doesn't mean that the NBA is somehow selling out. It's just a way to like showcase the sport in a different way. Like, I think the basketball, for example, the 3-on-3 tournaments they do, the 3-on-3, what's it called? It's like Ice Cube or it's Ice T.
Big three or
the
whatever.
Big Three, yeah. It's like that's not NBA, but it's entertaining to watch.
Well, no, I mean those guys are all 60 years old. And
Do you remember back in the day MTV's Rock and Jock? You might be too young for that. The Rock and Jock,
I had to think about it, but I do remember that.
the Rock and Jock was legit. That was like you would have amateurs. There weren't really many ex NBA stars. It was mostly movie stars and singers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would go play, and they would have like a hoop set up above the hoop.
Yeah,
So it'd be
I
like a
remember that.
40-pointer, and it was super fun. It's like watching an all-star game.
You know what I thought about the other day that needs to absolutely make a comeback is Pros versus Joes.
Never heard of that.
You never watched Pros versus Joes?
No.
You had to. It was on Spike.
I never watched Spike.
Basically, it would be like people who would sit there and talk all kinds of shit and be like, yeah, I could have been pro, but my he gave out in college, or I was good enough, but I decided not to. And then they bring in legit pro athletes for them to play against. And these
And
people
smoke 'em.
just get, oh my God, it's so funny to watch. I mean, these people get destroyed by athletes that are retired, like athletes that aren't even playing anymore. But they would come in and have to hit off a pitcher, or sometimes they'd have to try and tackle an ex running back, or they'd play an NBA player one on one, and the NBA players are just like, I mean, they're basically asleep playing them. But these people would always end up getting hurt. They'd always have to eat their words. But it was just so great to watch people that have no concept of what it takes to be a professional athlete just be like, well, I could have done that, and then they come out there on national television and just get the absolute shit out of them. I loved it so much. And nowadays with the internet, it's like there's so many people that want to talk online. It's like, okay, sign up for this show. Easy. It was, oh, I loved it so much. I want to look those up now. I want to watch them.
I'm actually curious to see if the one episode that I watched recently was from that. It was, you know who the White Mamba is?
Yeah, no, that's a different one.
Scalabrini.
He just goes out and challenges people.
Well, there was a guy. There was like an internet troll that was like talking bad about Scal.
What's his name? The Messiah or whatever?
No, that was a different one. You're talking about the Messiah is that kind of like Arab-looking guy that is like the cab driver in New York.
Yeah,
Dude, his game is weak. I'm calling you out, Messiah. Your game's weak.
Well, Scalabrini played him too. But no, there was another one where a guy in Scalabrini's gym called him out.
Yeah,
and he played it for his shoes. He's like, we'll play each other for our shoes. And he ended up beating the kid and then taking the kid. She's like, give me your shoes. And he took them.
Yeah.
He's like, no, don't talk ass.
I mean, the thing is that what Scalabrini said, because I actually listened to his podcast, or is it considered a podcast? His morning show on Sirius XM, the starting lineup every morning.
Yeah.
Finn, get out of here, dude.
It's a dog podcast. He's doing his thing.
This is your dog training 101. Don't leave bags of trash in your bedroom because dogs will try to eat it.
That is true.
And I'm not in my own bedroom. I'm in my 21-year-old stepson's room. So you can imagine the amount of dirty clothes that are underneath this bedspread that I threw over to make it look made. Dude. Finn, no. What's up, buddy?
It's Scalabrini.
Oh, yeah, so I'm watching Scalabrini. I listen to him every morning, the starting lineup. And the dude is, he's funny, he's intelligent. And the one thing he said about that, he was commenting on, maybe not that exact time that he smoked that guy, but he was just saying like, hey dude, it doesn't matter if you're scoring 2 points a game like Bronny James or like someone else. Dude, if you make it to the NBA, you are an elite athlete.
It's insane.
Like to make it to the NBA, to make it to a roster, not just get drafted, but to be on the 15-man roster of an NBA team, even if you don't play, you are legit. So for other people to call him out and be like, I'm some dude off the couch, like I can shoot at my local gym, they will smoke you. They will make you look silly.
He did a thing where he played multiple people in the same day, and I don't think anyone scored a point on him. I think he beat everyone 11-0.
Yeah.
And that's where he has the most famous quote. Do you know that quote? I'm going to give you a shot. That quote that always gets thrown around in memes around the inner tubes.
No.
The interwebs. His quote was, "I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me."
Oh yeah. I remember that.
And it's like he's not wrong. He's right. Like he is closer to LeBron than any of these freaking schmoes are to him. Like he played for like a decade in the NBA. You know how hard that is?
I'm gonna look this up now. He won a championship with the Celtics?
He did. He has another sound bit that's a perfect one. Because he was up at the post-game press conference giving a talk, and like they were basically like joking about like he didn't play any minutes, and he's like, my son is little. He's gonna Daddy won a championship. He's like, in 10 years I'll tell him that I played a bunch, and then he's like, in 20 years I'll tell my grandkids I was the MVP. He's just like, I don't care. I won a championship. He was at the Celtics, yeah. That was the anything is possible year, right?
Oh, bro, they had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen.
Yeah, that was the anything is possible.
That's
But it's like people don't give professional athletes they don't understand, dude. Like they're not human. They're a completely different breed of people. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy. And I've never really spent time around professional athletes until I started doing this, and now I've gotten to meet a couple of them. And it's like you meet these people and you're around them and you're like, what are you? Because I'm not short by any means. Like, I'm not super tall. I mean, I'm like 6'3", but you meet some of these people and you're like, what are you? Like, looking up at these people, like, this is that. What are you supposed to do with this? They're monsters that are faster than everyone
And coordinated.
and coordinated and athletic. And you're like, you look at these guys, like even like offensive linemen. Like you look at these guys, and you're like, oh, they're just big,
You fat guys.
They're just fat guys. But
They
it's like
drink
no,
beer all weekend.
all those people have better coordination and better footwork than every single other person.
Dude, think
That's
about
their
this.
size.
When you mention offensive linemen, when you look at like NFL, the only people that get credit in the NFL are offensive players like the quarterback, running back, wide receivers, tight ends. No one's really like touting. I mean, like on defense, it'd be like linebackers or like a pass rusher, right? Like what's his name, like Bosa or somebody. But it's like offensive linemen and defensive linemen get zero credit. And when you think about it, those dudes are
Defensive linemen
playing
get credit.
sometimes. But like if you're
Sacks.
yeah, true. But like you got to look at what they're doing. Those guys are going full speed, 1,000%, like 100 snaps a game. Like every play, like some look at like a wide out or a wide receiver. They might run like a route and then come out for a down, and they'll put someone else in, and they'll get a rest. They'll get some water,
and then that next play they go back in and they run a decoy 5-yard out, and they don't even run full speed. And pretty much the DB knows it's the corner knows
and they're gonna run.
The corner knows to run, and they just kind of just touch pads. But no, Taylor.
And the other guys are like just freaking going at it. Like
that's what Taylor Lewan, he talks about that on their podcast all the time. That like offensive lineman is just like you really only get noticed for the shit you do wrong. Like no one really notices you until you miss a fuck block or you get called for a penalty. But like just doing your job, you get, like you said, you get no credit. You're just doing the job that you're supposed to do. But it's like they're freaking pushing around. It's two monsters going battling arm in arm combat every single play.
Yeah,
it's like that weighs on you. So it's like, but yeah, you're not. No one's gonna look at you and be like, "Wow, he's having a really good game," unless they really know what they're looking for. But you're really not
the
paying
average
attention.
fan does not.
You're not paying attention unless you would have to like single out a specific lineman and be like, okay, yeah, let's watch what that guy does. But like as the play breaks down, you might see like one block down the field, but like at the line of scrimmage, it's hard to tell what really goes on. So. But professional athletes are a different breed.
They are.
They're
Does your
different.
brother have any other questions for me?
No, I think he just wanted to. I think he just wanted to see if he could get you triggered a little bit more. I think
triggered about the bananas.
Yeah,
I love bananas.
I think he just wanted to set you off.
He's gonna have to try harder than that.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of professional athletes, this actually does kind of lead me into something else that I had thought about.
Dak Prescott?
No.
Oh.
Not at all. I was thinking about because I was thinking about like we were talking about something like how big professional athletes are and like how scary it is, like how they're the 0.001%. And then I started thinking about like, so a question then for you would be, I don't know if you had this experience, but I definitely did. Like at what point and at what age did you realize you're really not that good at sports? Because like there's a point when you're young where you're like, if you're good at sports, like you're playing in your local town and you're like, I'm it. Like this is it. Like I'm playing rec basketball. We're in like 4th or 5th grade, and you're like, no one can be this good. This is crazy. We're
bro,
it.
I will tell you right now, dreams never die. And I will tell you, that I still feel to this day, at 39 years old with a messed up wrist, a broken back, and about 30 pounds of too much weight, I will tell you right now that if the Washington Wizards drafted me, and they just said, Mike, all you have to do, you're going to run down the court, and you're going to be a wing, and you're going to stand in the corner, and we're going to set screens, and you're just going to shoot threes, I would make them.
Nope, you wouldn't.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
no chance you would.
Guaranteed.
Mike, if we went to the park right now and there was no one else there, we went to an empty gym and put tape on the floor because you've never even shot an NBA three. I don't even know what you're counting for.
That was because I just made the three in your face.
Oh, no. If we put tape on the floor, because you've never even shot from an NBA three, with no crowd and no pressure, you wouldn't hit 3 out of 10.
Bro.
You wouldn't.
Oh.
And now, hold on. Now
Put your money where your mouth is, son.
Let's put an NBA 5 on the other side of the court with tens of thousands of people in the arena.
Where? From where? If we're in a 3-point contest, are you putting me in the corner? You're saying from the corner, I wouldn't hit 3 out of 10.
Mike, I don't care where you are in an NBA game. You're not hitting a three.
I would guaranteed I would shoot 40 to 50% from 3-point land.
Okay,
And free throws don't get me started. 95%.
This is exactly why I love Pros versus Joes, because you would go on the show and you would get donkey walked on this show.
No way, dude.
And you wouldn't make a single shot.
No,
and
it
you
wouldn't happen.
To walk away.
They'd be like,
and this clip would go viral.
We cannot believe this is happening, but this average Joe is a god. Nobody thought it would happen, but Mike Narandi has made 6 out of 10 from 3-point land. He's going to give Steph Curry a run for... I mean, look at Steph Curry. Guy's like 6'1" and made a nothing.
All right.
I could do the same thing.
This bit you're doing, I don't like him. I don't like this guy. This little bit you got going on, I don't like it one bit. You're getting me hot. This is not a good bit. I don't like this guy. Whoever's on, this is not a good bit.
I don't want to make you hot, dude.
You're not making a single shot. You would not score a single point. It's like those same polls you see where people talk about. They're like, if you were given 3 carries in an NFL game, could you get 5 yards? It's like, no. How far?
Of course I couldn't.
How far behind the line would I start? 7 yards? Okay, give me minus 21 yards. That's it. I'm not getting an inch. Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to hand the ball off to me and I'm going to make it one step. I'm going to get tackled and then I'm done. I'm not going to
break every bone in your body.
Every single bone. I'm going to the hospital and I wouldn't even get 3 carries. And there's so many people online that are like, no, oh yeah, I could get 5 yards. It's like, dude, there's pro running backs that have games where they get like 3 net yards in an entire game.
Okay, hold on. You switched the narrative on me. We went to me playing an NBA game. You were saying that I couldn't make 3 out of 10 from behind a 3-point line on an NBA court. If there's nobody there and I'm shooting around...
No one there, no.
Oh, dude, I am making 5 out of 10.
Bet.
Let's find an NBA court. Memphis Grizzlies, what you got?
No, we can just go to the local gym out here. I'll measure it. I'll figure out how many feet behind the... it's not actually that much different.
It's 27, isn't it?
Yeah, well, in the corner, it's closer. So it'd be a little bit different, and we'll give you 10 shots, and we'll record it, and we'll put it up on here for everyone to see.
Hell yeah. And then we have to have a bet. Like if I... Okay, let's be realistic. Hold on. Not 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 40%. That's pretty good.
That was different. Okay, well, let's also do this. Okay, we can do this bet. What if I hit more than you? But I'm not going to say I'm going to hit any. But what if I hit more than you?
Oh. You got to go somewhere in Tennessee wearing a dress.
Whoever makes less has to wear a dress out, I'll take that bet right now.
Like, hold on a second. We got timeout. Full length dress. Like I'm not wearing a mini skirt.
Well, that's for me to decide when you have to wear it because I'm not losing. So I'm not gonna lose,
bro.
We can make this bet happen. I'll take that bet all day long. But no, I'm not.
No, I bet you are the president of the MIDI committee. I bet you are not shooting threes like me, dude. When I was a kid, let me just tell you something. Hold on, let me break it down for you, bro. Before the internet, before all the interwebs happened, before all this stuff with AOL and our dial-up, I used to, for hours, be outside my parents' house shooting baskets. Legitimately hours, no exaggeration.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to pretend, when I would stand there and shoot, I would say, Mike, Coach K is driving down the street right now, and he's going to see you, and he's going to recruit you to play at Duke. And I shot. My jumpers, wet. Telling you, man, I am him when it comes to shooting.
I'm just going to not say much, and I just want these clips to all go viral when I clip them together, and then it shows our compilation of us shooting at the gym. I just want to say that I'm going to win, that's all. But everyone who watches this, I just want you to keep these mental recordings in your mind of Mike saying all these things. So then when we're at the gym and we're recording this and Mike doesn't make a single one and I just murder him, that this will all go super viral. So
yeah.
What was the point I was making though? Oh, about when you found out that you couldn't make the NBA or when you couldn't make it in sports. I thought maybe you'd have a good story for that, but I vividly remember.
There's no story because I never once even thought that I could make it. So there's no stopping what never started.
When you're young, you don't think oh my God, I'm going to play professional sports.
Okay, well, I mean, when you're young, you dream of playing them.
Yeah.
But I never had the misconception that I could actually play. Ever.
Yeah, but there's a moment where you start playing other people outside of your little town and you're like, oh, never mind. No. Oh, see, we had that moment. my dreams shattered in Reno, Nevada. There's
Well,
an annual
what
AAU
was her name?
basketball.
How much does she cost? No, sorry.
Well, I don't know how much the fee was to enter this tournament, but I vividly remember. And
That's
there's probably
what were you talking? That's what I was talking about. Entry
yeah.
fees.
Yeah. Oh, entry fees. That's
Yeah.
yeah. No, we were. There's an annual basketball tournament.
I just got that. I just got that.
Yeah, you got it.
Wow.
It went a little. It went over your head and kind of came back. You got it. But no, there's a AAU basketball tournament every year in Reno, and I remember we took all of us that we had been playing together for years at little old SLV, and we went and played in a tournament, and we thought we were so good, and we played this team called the Gym Rats, and I think we were in 4th, maybe 5th grade, and we ended up losing, I think, 77-11 to this team in like 5th grade. And that's pretty much the moment when you realize, like, man, I'm really probably not that good at this. Like, this is crazy. And then from that year on, every year we went back to that tournament. You figure out that, you're really not that good. So, yeah, it's just a weird concept to, like, have your dreams be like, you just have that realization, like, oh, I'm not going to do this. Like, I have to probably figure out something else instead of, like, trying to become a professional athlete because it's not going to work out. But
So
I thought
your
maybe
dreams were shattered in 5th grade.
Yeah, probably. It's probably
Before
realistic.
You hit puberty.
Yes. You can have the realization, like, yeah, this ain't going to work. Unless something drastically changes here. I mean, 77-11 is pretty bad.
I mean, dude.
I think our high scorer was 4 or 5, so. And I think they scored 10 points in the first, like, 2 minutes, so.
I touched the net one time. So I was like.
Yeah, we can have a dunk contest. You want to have a dunk contest?
Along with our 3. On a mini hoop?
No, 10 foot.
10 foot if we start the basket -3 feet underground.
Nope. 10 foot. We can have a 3-point and a dunk contest, and we'll see who wins both of those.
Oh, 3-point, you're toast. Cooked, bro.
I can't wait to clip these. I can't wait.
I can't wait for you to clip them and then show the footage of me beating you, because then everyone's going to see that you were talking shit and then got talked back.
I'm not talking. I'm just telling you you're going to lose. You're the one who's saying
I'm not talking shit.
You're the one saying you can start for the Sacramento Kings because you think you're that. But
no, I said Washington Wizards. There's a difference.
Same thing. Basically the same team. Basically the same team. I mean, the Wizards might be a little better. When you got Sabonis out there intentionally injuring people, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, but aren't you a Warriors fan? Isn't that what Draymond Green does when he steps on people's chests?
I have actively said for years, even when in the dynasty years and they're winning championships, that I was not a fan of Draymond Green, and I prayed every year they traded him because I can't stand watching him.
Yeah, he's a turd.
I can't stand it. Even as a Warriors fan back then, you just watch him and you're like, this ain't it. I've never been a Draymond fan, so I want that on record too. Let's see, what else can we get into now after we talk about Mike thinks he can play for the Kings? What else is good to talk about?
I'm just saying I'm a good 3-point shooter. That's all I'm saying.
You said you would shoot 50% in the NBA if you were a corner spot-up shooter.
I don't know if I said that. I meant like...
You did.
Did I?
You did.
Well, someone give me a shot. Somebody.
No.
Mr. Silver?
No.
Looking to get some ratings? Put Average Joe out there.
Let's see. I got some bad... I'm trying to think. I had some topics to look up. Let's see. None of them are really that good. They're pretty boring. I had some realizations, but they're not really much to expand on. They're kind of just statements to make that don't really have much intrinsic value.
Lamp.
I had another realization when I was going through, well, it's not really a realization, it's pretty much a test. I pretty much ran a full-scale, controlled lab test, and I have come to the conclusion that drive-through car washes only have one setting.
Yeah, like they charge you for the different ones, but it's all...
And I think it's all this. I don't think there's a difference.
You don't think you get your undercarriage wash and wax?
I mean, no, I don't. Because I've paid for the most expensive one, and I paid for the cheapest one last time. My car looked exactly the same.
Because the water gets the dirt off.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. There's no difference. They're like, oh, you get this UV wax. I'm like, it never looks like anything different. Oh, we're going to give you the Ultra Wheel Blast. And you're like, my wheels look clean every time I come out of here.
I love getting my wheels blasted.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to make all kinds of innuendos in this freaking episode?
Why are you assuming that I'm making innuendos, man? I'm just saying that blasting my wheels is something I think is helpful to keep you know, the
The
finish,
what?
the finish on the the wheels. Finish.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Get them blasted.
But no, I'm pretty much set on that. So now when I come up and they ask, "Oh, do you want to do?" I'm like, "No, give me the freaking 12.99. Give me the 10. Give me that. I don't want your 35 with the extra bubble color foam, UV wax. I think it's all BS. I think there's one setting they push the button and you go through.
Could be.
I think it's a scam. Like I said,
Okay.
these weren't really like topics to expand upon. These were things I wanted to say and make these out loud. So in like 2 years when I'm a conspiracy theorist, and in 2 years when they like the lawsuits come out and they say that car washes have been scamming people for years, I can come back to this date and clip this and be like, conspiracy theory confirmed, because it takes about 2 years for those to get confirmed. But
That
then,
sounds, yeah, that's about right.
but they're always right. So
So how about this? So I held up my wrist earlier. Let me tell you about this, Mister. I'm shooting 50% from 3-point land. So I hurt my
yikes.
wrist. It's very tender. I went to the doctor again today, a hand specialist. That was not an innuendo. He was a hand specialist, legitimately. Um, and everyone sees my brace and they're like, Mike, what happened to your wrist? Like, what did you do? And I want to have this really cool story about how I can't even think of a cool story, just something cool. And I have to tell people the truth that I woke up. I legitimately slept on my wrist with my hand under my pillow, bent at a weird angle. And when I woke up, I either developed tendonitis or pinched a nerve in my wrist from sleeping. So there's a point to this story. So that's what happened. So it's been on fire lately. I can't even grip a doorknob to open a door. So I go to urgent care last week just to have it looked at. What's urgent care going to do? We're going to do an x-ray. It's not broken. Yeah. I woke up. I know it's not broken. But one thing that I wanted to talk about, I literally thought this in the waiting room. I'm like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. Stuff that people do that just bothers me to the core, where it's just like their selfishness and just their all about me mentality just
Yeah.
makes me want to just slap them.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in the waiting room in at the hospital, and there's like three old people that are there for whatever reason, me, and this young girl, probably like 2021, probably a junior college student, has the purple or green hair, has this, what's this called, the septum, the bull ring nose thing.
Nice.
You know what I'm getting at, right? So she's sitting there. The waiting room is dead silent. There's no elevator music. Nobody's talking. It is dead silent. I'm sitting there just scrolling on my phone, trying to be respectful of the quiet atmosphere. And this girl fields a phone call in this like small waiting room with her earbuds in, and proceeds to have a 15-minute conversation with somebody on the phone at full volume where everybody can hear everything she's saying. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on in her head? Is she thinking to herself, nobody can hear me? So at
No.
first when I thought that, I'm like, okay, that's a problem. But then I thought to myself, she's probably not even aware that what she's doing is socially inappropriate. She's not even aware that this is a problem, that speaking at volume decibel 15 in a silent waiting room with old people, you should not be having a personal conversation. Luckily, it wasn't anything like disgusting, but a full conversation about somebody's birthday party and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you're invading the communal space with your stories that no one cares about.
No, I think if I was to take a guess, just based off of the descriptors you gave, my guess is someone like that. There's a chance that they want you to say something. They want you to come up and say something so that then they can turn themselves into a victim, because it sounds like they may have the victim mentality already kind of built in. So they want the confrontation. They want you to come up so then they can say, a cis white male came up and verbally robbed me of my freedoms and assaulted me. I think they want the confrontation, honestly, because like a lot of times you see people like that, and I think they want someone to say something because they want to get in an argument.
They want
and
attention.
then and then it turns into them recording you and being like, this guy's yelling at me, screaming at me, and then they come out and He assaulted me with his voice. I've been assaulted. Call the police. There's an assault. You
Speaking
know.
of this, so this brings up a good point. I don't know if you saw this today on Charlie Kirk's Instagram story, but Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, his group that goes to colleges, universities, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of I want to say it was Turning Point USA people. I don't know what their roles were, but they were doing something with their phones and they were recording. And this transgender person, and this is not a bash on transgender people, but I'm just giving the background. The transgender person doesn't like what Turning Point USA is talking about. And they're entitled to their own opinion. And proceeds to take one of those U-locks that you have for your bike, like
That's
a
a
U-lock.
fucking it's a
Yep.
fucking deadly weapon.
So takes the U-lock and starts. And this is all on video.
It's a 245.
Starts 245ing the two people. Luckily, they don't really get injured, but they smash. I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl. If it was a girl being a guy or whatever it was, smashes both of the employees' phones, like breaks them. And the person's like so entitled that they've been so wronged by whatever was being said. They had the privilege of doing this action. But what's funny is, like, the ironic part is the person is now getting charged with multiple felonies and was arrested, and they
Yeah.
showed the booking photo. And I'm like, there you go, holding someone accountable, this victimhood attitude where you're like, someone's sharing. Turning Point USA, regardless of what your political views are, they're entitled under the First Amendment to speak about what they would like to, right?
Yeah.
They're allowed to do that. And whether you agree or not, you have no right to inflict bodily harm upon another person. And when you have that kind of like radical left wing that thinks that they are entitled because they are somehow a superior being, that they're more important than everyone else, they feel like they can, physically attack and assault people and there will be no consequences. That's kind of what has happened in society is people don't feel that there's consequences. And legitimately, this person was arrested and charged with multiple
Rightfully
felonies,
so.
which will go on their permanent record forever.
I mean, you could kill someone with a bike lock. For
I mean,
sure.
you could easily charge someone with attempt,
I
attempted
mean, if
murder.
it's yeah, for sure.
Obviously, there's no premeditation with,
Yeah,
but it's still assault with a deadly weapon.
100% all day.
Yeah, and I just thought it was funny that it was like, and then of course this whole me telling you this comes with the caveat of, are they going to get a liberal DA or judge who's just going to let them plea it down to a misdemeanor?
What state was it? What college were they at?
I know I mean, it doesn't really matter. A lot of them, sure, most colleges are freaking that way, but
Yeah, I mean they're usually in big cities, which will
Yeah.
lead to a lower charge rate. So
it was interesting though. It was interesting looking at that and listening to Charlie Kirk kind of like break it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like you're always gonna have people like that just feel like, oh, okay, well my words don't work, so I just have to freaking incite violence, and it's like that doesn't help anything.
We've seen
This
that a
does
lot
nothing.
lately, even with like the targeting of Elon Musk. Like somehow, like I just love. I think one thing that's fun, and this is our podcast, right? Like we can talk about whatever we want.
Talk whatever we want.
And I feel like one thing that really grinds my gears and really gets me going is just this leftist idea of causing harm to other people and making a point. For example, you don't like Elon Musk as a person. You don't like what he's doing with the Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, you're entitled to your own opinion. I happen to love what he's doing. I think it's great that he stopped funding homosexual parades in Iraq or whatever it is we're sending millions of dollars to. But
Crazy.
regardless of what you believe, it's like where in your logical brain? I really feel these people have like primitive, like dinosaur brains, like these little tiny non-intelligent brains. Where does it in your mind? Where do you come off thinking, I don't like Elon Musk and what he's doing, so I'm going to go find random citizens who own Teslas, and I'm going to vandalize them and either burn them, key them, paint them to get back at Elon Musk? Like, do you even know who owns that car? Like a soccer mom or a pastor or just a normal person? Like, where in your mind do you think that you just get, like, I can't even fathom how you think that.
People just don't. They just see something like, oh, he made that, so I'm gonna affect him. It's like, bro's worth 300 and what? $300 billion. You lighting your local Tesla on fire, it didn't hurt his pocketbook, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't care. Guess what? That car was already bought and paid for. He doesn't care. And now they're like,
Yeah.
we'll go after the lots and like we'll torch the freaking like the showrooms. It's like all that stuff's insured. It doesn't matter. You're not hurting his bottom line. He's worth $320 billion. It's not doing anything except hurting your local, like the people that live with you, your citizens. And you know what the funny part is? Like these people are trying to take a stance on something and be like, "Oh, this is my political belief," which is whatever. You can have whatever political beliefs you want. But then now they're expressing their political beliefs through a means to try and target people, and they have no clue. Those people could have the exact same beliefs they do.
Right. You like literally most people drive Teslas. I'm just saying, for the most part.
Yeah, it could, but it's like those people could be more extreme than them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, man, I was burning the Tesla down the road. Don't burn my Tesla."
Yeah, but see,
But it's like,
here
doesn't make any sense.
well, here's the part that bothers me too, because I like to do the whole like comparison model, right? Like if you're going to talk about it, here's a comparison for you. So let's put it into 2020, 2021. In Santa Cruz, there was a Black Lives Matter mural that was painted on Pacific Avenue, and there was a young gentleman who took his vehicle down on Pacific and burned out on the Black Lives Matter, leaving like rubber marks on it, right? And he got charged with a hate crime. So I'm sitting here going like, the left is so just entwined in their own beliefs. They're like, I can't believe you would do that. You would deface or vandalize something that we believe in, our property. You should be charged with a felony, a hate crime. 4 years pass. We don't like Elon Musk, so we're going to light your car on fire. Like, dude, come on.
I mean, the riots that happened in 2020, 21 were the same thing that happened.
I know.
They burned down. I was at the riots in Oakland when we pulled up to the intersection and the Walmart was on fire, or the Walgreens was on fire right in front of us. And that federal officer got shot down the block and killed right down the block from where we were. So it's like it's just crazy. Like it's just there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like, oh, I believe in this, so I get to go destroy things. It's like, okay, that doesn't really help anything. Like you lighting a Tesla on fire did nothing. Like Elon doesn't look and see that there was a Tesla keyed in freaking Colorado, and he's like, you know what? I guess I got to wrap it up. Call it a day. I guess I'm retired. It's like, no, he's going to keep going. He doesn't care. It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm sure he wants to do something if he can stop it, but it's like at the end of the day, it's not going to make him stop what he's doing. He's not.
What's interesting about people, take politics out of it.
Yeah.
Take your religious beliefs, take your personal beliefs and ideologies, just take it all out. And let's put ourselves into one category of we're all human beings, and every human being should treat every other human being with common decency. And I don't understand how you could even argue that the violence, the vandalism, any of it's called for. And, my beliefs of that aren't coming from the fact that I'm Christian. But I feel like there's some things that we should all just hold. It doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing. Human decency, treat people with respect. Be kind when you can be. Like, we all have bad days, but be kind. And it's like this whole, fighting each other for what? It's not solving anything.
Yeah. No, it's good. You should go good out there, find your local Tesla, key it, light it on fire, and then hop in your Volkswagen and drive away, because Volkswagen's a much more better founded company.
Absolutely.
The founder of Volkswagen was a much better guy than Elon Musk. It's just like no one burns down Volkswagens, but no one wants to talk about how they were founded. But people will buy those off the lot all day. But all of a sudden now it's crazy.
Do people need, you know what's interesting about that? It's like, I don't have enough time in my life to do this kind of stuff. Like, do these people need hobbies? Do they need to play a sport? I have no idea. Do they need to join a club?
We almost didn't record this podcast because I ran out of time today.
Hey man, I got a lot of extra time today. Let's go protest fur makers at the factory, and not time for that.
Oh, if you don't have a job, you got plenty of time for it.
Oh, if you're living on government assistance and getting welfare, and I feel you.
You got plenty of time. Let's move on. I'm going to change the subject just so we can get off of this. Let's see. What else did I have? Thought I had a good one that you would relate with. I was like, all right, this one he'll understand. Got it. That's a great one. I hope you can relate with this because I've been like 0 for 2 now on things that I thought we would bond on, and we have not bonded on them. So this one is a realization that I've had that I have figured out that I have very, very little self-control with. Although I don't know if they have them. I don't think that it's as big of a problem in California.
Coors
But no, that's not a problem anywhere, bud.
Legendary.
Out here, all like a lot of the gas stations have that big glass case with the hot food in it. Like,
what about it?
That thing calls my name like the ocean calls Moana to the sea, dude. I see that and I'm like, I think I need to get something out of there.
So are you trying to see if I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, that food is so disgusting?
No, I'm hoping you're gonna be like, I just stare at it. I'm hoping you're gonna agree with me.
Do you know that one of my favorite pastimes as a child was going to AM/PM with my dad? So I could get the double cheeseburger that had the nasty American cheese dripping off of the wax paper.
Thank you.
Dude. Or like, how about, what is it, 7-Eleven that has those little fried things that twirl on that little, I don't even know what that thing's called. It's like a heating thing.
Rollers,
or you go to Safeway and they have those pizza rolls or those pizza bites, or
I think that's what it is. I think it all originates from Safeway because in California, Safeway is the big thing, and that deli hot bar thing, that hot bar at Safeway is the chicken tenders. If you're in the store and you walk by when your parents first start grocery shopping and you walk by and you see the tenders basket, the tray is empty, you know that during the time that they're shopping, a fresh batch is coming out, and you're definitely circling back, and you're getting some fresh tendies before you get out of there.
Okay, so
100%.
Are you strapped in right now?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm about to blow your mind.
Let's do it.
I went to Safeway 2 weeks ago. Okay. Sophie was hungry. I was like, I'm gonna get her. I had to go to Safeway for whatever, something, and I was like, I'm gonna get her some chicken tenders because she wanted them, and they're delicious. And they had those like experimental flavors, like for a limited time only.
Oh, yeah.
They had taken those chicken tenders and they had a flavor called Nashville Hot. And they were literally so freaking good. It was like hot oil on them with like cayenne pepper.
Oh, you Californians out there, you old Westerner Californians don't know about no hot Nashville hot chicken, huh, boy?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. I ate those things up, and I'll tell you, they go in hot and they come out hot.
I bet you they do.
They come out hotter, if you know what I mean.
You can't even go anywhere out here without someone serving Nashville. It's everywhere. Everywhere serves Nashville hot chicken.
I can't wait, because I'm going to eat that every day for breakfast.
Yeah. But my point is like, I just hope that everyone who watches this can bond with us in the fact that I hope it's not just me, I hope it's not just you, that when you pass by that counter, even if you just ate, you give it a glance. You look and see what's going on in there.
Like a chimichanga?
You're like, what do they got? Oh, they got those like 4-inch thick potato wedges, maybe? They got some corn dogs, they got chicken
2 foot long kielbasa.
Yeah. You see chicken tenders in there though, and you're like, I might need a couple of chicken tenders. It's hard. It's hard to pass up.
Speaking of tendies, when we were in Tennessee visiting you last time over spring break, was that the last time I was there? Last May?
Probably, yeah.
Really?
Probably,
I'll be there in 15 days. And pretty soon I'll be there forever. Woo! But we found this when Alicia and I were going and doing like a little house hunting. Went and checked out, I think it's called Gatlinburg.
Yep.
The area north of Nashville. Went and checked out.
No, Gallatin.
Gatlinburg's further away, right?
Gatlinburg is south.
Southeast?
South to the east, yep.
Yeah, okay. So it was that one that you were to say, Gatlin?
Gallatin.
So we went and checked out Gallatin. And then we went kind of like by Mount Juliet. Mm-hmm. And that whole area.
Mount Juliet.
Mount Juliet?
It's not Juliet. It's not like Romeo. It's Juliet.
Mount Juliet. Is it like how you guys say? You say Murfreesboro? It's Murfreesboro.
It's just the borough, but yeah, sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Maury County is actually Murray County.
Yes,
Murray I didn't know that. It's Murray, not Maury.
Yes.
You get me off my subject, my topic. Damn it, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So we're out towards Mount Juliet, and we're looking for some food. Nice Boosie's cup. And we're looking for some food, and we come across this. Brought to you by Boosie's, home of the beaver.
If we can get them as a sponsor, I'm fucking stoked.
I would be so happy.
Oh yeah.
Like, can we get a free shirt or something?
Free gas.
Anything. Free chicken tenders. So we were driving. We're trying to find someplace to eat, and I'm always like, when I'm in someplace new, I want to eat at the local hot, whatever the local food is. I want to find that to try it. So we come across this place, and I want to say it was called Slim not Kickin' Chicken.
Actually, I think I might know what you're talking about. It's something like that.
Shady Chicken? Drop it like it's hot chicken?
Slim Chickens? Is that what it's called?
Yes, Slim Chickens.
Yeah.
Slim Chickens. There you go. Dude, that place was delicious.
I don't even know if I've been there. I don't know why I know that name.
Dude, you know what it is? It's you know how when you have a chicken tender?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple things.
I've been there. I've done it.
Okay, number one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm here.
By the way,
had a chicken tender, had it, done it.
I still eat the chicken tenders from the Scotts Valley Market once a week because those tenders are the best ever.
Chicken tenders there?
Bro, you kidding me? The best I've ever had.
I don't know got sandwiches there.
Dude, they have so the reason I'm bringing it up is because the chicken tenders got multiple parts.
Actually, never mind. I take that back. Their chicken tenders are good. I totally remember.
The ones that have the flaky.
Yeah.
It's a light, a thin. So when you bite into a chicken tender, you got to see the layers.
Covered in Earl. There's a lot of Earl on.
Oh no, there is. But you know that when you look at the side, you're getting if you can see this right here, you're getting a 80% chicken chunk to breading ratio. Okay. Instead of when you go to somewhere like Safeway and it's a 50-50, so you bite in and you're getting half of it right here. What I'm trying to say is, dude, there's some things that I care about. And that Slim Chicken's place.
You care a lot about that, I could tell.
Dude,
you cared a lot.
I care about my chicken to breading ratio. And I will tell you that the flaky, kind of almost like cornflake crust, dude, throw a little ranch on there. Oh, man. And I'm a sucker for barbecue sauce. Let me tell you what.
Things you're getting away with on this episode are crazy.
Let me tell you what.
You're getting away with a lot on this episode.
Dude, I call it a little ranch hot tub. I'll take a little ramekin full of ranch, and I'll stick those little freaking chicken fingers in there, and I'll let them soak in that juice. Soak in that cream sauce. Let it just soak there so they're kind of sticking out like they're in a hot tub enjoying each other, and then I'll eat one, and they're already ready to go.
This bit, I don't like this guy either. I don't like this bit either.
There's no bits, man. This is just me.
This is a bit. I don't like this bit. Next.
All right, next topic.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I was trying to think. I feel like I've brought up all the topics. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm trying to think of what else happened. I had a big one. I had something that happened that was crazy the other day. Oh, now I remember. Training dogs, dude. I swear. Maybe one day you'll know. But when you're out and you're training dogs and you're doing stuff, people have the craziest things to say and ask you the craziest questions. And I think a guy might have won the award the other day for the craziest thing that I've heard while out training dogs. And I was at Home Depot. So I'm at Home Depot. I have the German Shepherd. Or actually, no, I had the German Shepherd that I'm currently training out. And he's towards the end of his training. He's doing really good. He's I'm putting him in downs. I'm walking across the store. I'm leaving him. I'm walking. He's walking right on my side the whole time. So I'm training him and kind of near the registers, in front of everyone for a while. And I see this guy kind of watching me, which is pretty normal. People just like to stop and watch and just kind of see what you're doing. So this guy's watching me for a couple minutes, and I'm doing stuff with this dog. And I start to walk away and walk to a different part of the store, and I end up walking by that guy. And he goes, "Hey, excuse me." And I go, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going?" And I stop, put the dog in a sit, and he just walks up, gets kind of close to my face and goes, "God damn, don't you wish your wife was obedient like that?" And I literally was like,
Did you say, "I'll let you know when I unchain her from the basement"?
I said you should come in. I said you should come in on Fridays. I walk around on a leash. It's a sight to see.
What a creep, dude. But I thought he was gonna hit on you or something.
I had that I thought I had that the other day, but I didn't.
He has an amazing ass.
All I said was I literally was like a 3 seconds of silence, and all I could come back with was my wife's great. That's all I didn't know what to say because I
It
was
was a
like,
test. She was in the parking lot.
yeah,
She told him to come in there and say that.
she did. I
He had the
know, but
earpiece in.
it was just the way he said it and how he like leaned in and got like a little too close for comfort. It was just like, God damn.
You could
Don't you wish
smell
your
it. You
wife?
could smell his
Oh
hot breath.
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. Don't you wish your wife was that obedient? And I was like,
Did he whisper it like husky like that, like pillow talk?
it was kind
Don't
of,
you wish your wife was obedient like that?
it was in between what I did and what you did. It was somewhere in there. But
But
yeah,
more creepy.
I said, yeah, my wife's great, and then he just was like, oh, okay, and I walked away. I got the hell out of there because I didn't know what was going on, and I really had no more time to interact with that guy because I was just baffled. That's such a crazy thing to come up to someone
You know, when
and
you
say
say that, you know how like when people talk, you get like images in your head. Kind of like
Yeah.
when you read a book. You know, if you ever read a book,
Yeah.
you like get an image in your head. For some reason, when you were telling that, subconsciously, I got an image of, remember Darren
Yeah.
Soldberg or Soldberg?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I just imagined that guy with
No,
his
this guy
glasses
was
fogged up, his dirty face from not having
no,
it just in your face, just like
no. This guy was like, he was a bigger dude. He was tall. He was like almost my height. Dark hair. He's probably like 50 something. Just at a point where his wife, isn't as obedient, I guess, as he wants her to be. It's such a obedience is such a crazy word to use for a human.
yeah,
It's so wild.
yeah.
Just be like, I wish my wife was obedient. I wish she would sit in Home Depot next to me at my side.
Oh my god! I wish I could put a choke collar on her.
Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy went home and he was like, honey, I saw this guy working on some stuff at Home Depot. I want to try some stuff out. Get over here.
Put it right around your neck here, and just when you don't listen, I'm just gonna give you a little pull.
Down, Karen, down.
I'm gonna follow you into the bathroom with a doggy bag on my arm. No, don't
What is
flush!
that?
Don't flush!
What is that from? Is that from
I don't know from my weird mind.
No, Talladega Nights? Down, Karen, down. Is that the cougar?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember. It's from one of Will Ferrell movies. Down, Karen. But I just imagine that guy like going home and trying to give his wife commands, like trying
Wait,
to
hold
talk
on.
to her.
Let me think for a second. Not next week. Will I be there the week after?
Whatever the 12th is.
Trying to figure out if we can do our next podcast from no, because that's going to be 5 days from now, 17 days from now, 15.
Well, today is the 26th, so a week from now would be the 2nd.
Yeah,
And
so actually,
then
technically,
the
if we
9th.
skipped next week with the podcast,
We can't skip it. The people need
the
this.
people need us.
They yearn for
All
this
9
podcast.
people.
They yearn for this podcast.
9 people
my guy.
and 3. Wait, hold on. 9 people. Me, you, our own podcast, plus Tennessee Dog, plus your wife, plus my wife, plus probably your brother, plus probably your wife's parents. That's literally everybody. That's all
everyone.
9. That's all
They've all
9.
seen it.
Like,
That's
do we
not-
have a single subscriber that's not our family? That's what I wonder.
Yeah, I think so. I actually haven't checked it in like a week, so we might. I haven't checked it at all.
Yeah.
I don't check it. I just do the clips after this, and then I load them all up, and then that's all I do.
So do we have a fan?
I think so. I think we have at least one fan.
So hey, I did have a conversation today I wanted to talk to you about.
Ooh.
I met with my buddy Thomas. We did a little exchange today because part of me moving out to Tennessee is I'm trying to get rid of everything. And I want to try to only have as much stuff with me that's going to fit in the bed of my truck and maybe on one of those little carriers, metal carrier that goes out of your trailer receiver
Yeah.
to put some black and yellow bins on. So I'm trying to like pare everything down. So I've been golfing for the last 10 years using a push cart. So I have a cart bag which goes on my push cart, which is a really nice one. It's like $300. It's like a really nice 3-wheeled one that folds up and it's got all these like, bells and whistles. But I was like, dude, I don't want to have two things. I don't want to have a big cart that I have to fold up and have a golf bag. So I was like, I just want to have a golf bag you strap on the backpack and walk with your clubs. So I contacted my buddy.
Walk with your clubs.
Walk with your clubs on your back, like a normal golf bag.
You don't put them in the golf cart?
Well, no, I like to walk. It's part of my exercise, man. All right. Not everyone can afford the cart. It's an extra $20, man. That's like 2 beers.
I'll pay for the cart if I don't have to walk.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I want to pare this down. So I contacted my buddy Thomas, who's a big golfer, and I was like, hey, man, do you have an extra bag that you want to get rid of? So he said he did. And then I told him, I'm trying to sell this cart. And it turns out that what he wanted for his bag and what I wanted for my cart was pretty comparable. So we're like, let's just make a swap, dude. I've known you for 17 years. Let's just switch. So I drove out to Seascape today and met with him and got the golf bag from him, and I gave him the cart. And we got to talking a little bit, and he was telling me, because I haven't talked to him in like maybe 3 or 4 months, and he started breaking down for me kind of like what he's been up to. And he started this really cool thing with his son. His son's 6 years old. And I will tell you, the first time I met his son, I think I met him once when he was like an infant, but then I saw him again when he was like 18 months. The kid was legitimately swinging a golf club at 18 months with perfect form, hitting a golf ball straight every time. Now, granted, it was a Fisher-Price one, so it's like plastic, but he would go up and set up, square up to the ball, and hit it perfect every time. And I'm watching this just going like, dude, kid's 18 months, like this is the next Tiger Woods. So, long story short, fast forward 6 years. Now he's 6 years old, and Thomas and his wife have this property out in Aptos. It's like, I don't know how many acres it is. It's got to be at least 5 acres out by the ocean. And well, it passed down through the family. So they have this outdoor space, this big garden area, and he started this thing that he calls yard golf. And yard golf is where you take like 5-gallon buckets, you can fill them with sand or whatever, and you put like a stick as a hole. And he has 8 holes out there that are 40 to 60 yards each. And what you do is you have a tee-off area. So like you have like a little pad, like a little raised pad, or just some faux grass. And you hit these 40 to 60 yard chip shots. And the yard golf rule is you only use one club. So you're using like a loft wedge or some kind of a wedge. You take your tee shot, you're in the fairway, you have to use that same wedge, and all you have to do is hit the bucket. So if you hit the bucket, that's making the hole. So you can be 15 yards out and chip it and hit it, and you're done. So yard golf is like this thing where he's trying to start this idea of people with land making their own yard golf courses. And I bring this up because he had mentioned to me, he said, yeah, I haven't done a podcast or done any kind of FaceTime or talking about it because I'm just nervous to start. And I was like, dude, I totally get it. Like, we've done 2 podcasts now, and I'm still like, this is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird to look at the camera and not look at the camera.
It's very weird.
So I asked him, I was like, dude, you should come on the podcast as like a guest sometime and talk to us about yard golf. Because it's a really cool concept, and it's fun. I've played it before. It's super fun. And I don't know, I thought it was a good idea to
take it to Shark Tank, have Cubes invest in it.
But see, that's the thing is that
Cubes.
What's cool about it is that the yard golf idea, because it's so minimal in terms of what you need besides land, it's like you just can play.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people have 8 different opportunities for 40 yards on their land. I mean, most people have like a 1/16 of an acre. So
no, but
40 yards is.
But I will tell you, you can get creative in terms of like.
Yeah.
It's not like you have 40 yards and another 40 yards and another 40 yards. You like start in one spot, hit it the 40 yards to that hole, and then come back the other way, but the hole is just in a different spot, like behind a tree or, behind a water barrel. It's like you can make all these cool, fun little things, and it's like virtually, aside from owning the property, no upkeep. You mow your lawn, and it's like it's fun, man.
That's legit. Yeah, no, that's cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, I mean that sounds like my kind of game. I don't have to go anywhere, especially. I can just play this game at home.
And no one cares. It's just, it's chill.
I can drive my golf cart even on my land, and drink, and drive the cart.
Yard golf, man.
Yard golf.
Yard golf. Yeah, look him up. He's on Instagram and Facebook.
As yard golf.
So I got to talk to him again. He had a name for it, and he actually
We're not even giving this guy the real name of his idea.
No, it's called yard golf. But he actually told me today that he bought the domain names on the interwebs.
I was just about to ask him, like, are we blowing this thing up and then watch the only one person that'll somehow come across our podcast will someone that will steal this proprietary idea?
He already bought it. So he bought like Yard
good.
Golf League, yardgolf.com, like he did all this stuff, and it's like
That's smart.
yeah. So he bought all these up, and I don't know. It's kind of a cool way to get somebody to talk about an idea they had that's sports related. It's a cool
That's
dude.
cool. I'm down with that.
Cool guy.
I like it. I mean, I've only been golfing once in my life, but I like the idea of yard golf.
Oh, let's tell a golf story real quick. We've almost been on. We'll be on for an hour. Holy oh, not too much longer. Daddy's got to go to bed soon. So this story for all of you 8 viewers out there that are not us. We go golfing, and I have to basically pull Jared out there because he doesn't want to go golfing because he's one of those guys who's athletic that doesn't like to do things that he probably feels he's not going to be good at. And we get out there. It's an honest assessment, right?
Yeah, I mean, golfing just for weirdos, so.
Totally, yeah.
I'm not good at it. So
Enjoyed by a billion people across the planet. Totally.
Well, I mean, yeah,
people.
the majority of people are unathletic, so that's why golf is. The majority of people like it.
Bryson DeChambeau, did you hear that? You have.
I'm not talking about the pro athletes. I'm talking about the other 10 billion people that try and play. But sure, go ahead.
So stop trying to deflect from this amazing story. So we go out there. This is winter time, so it's winter rules. If you golf, clean in place. We're talking. You hit a ball and it's gonna not only make a divot, but sometimes it's going in the mud. Like it happens. It's wet out there. Bad drainage.
I know where
at
this
Valley
is going.
Gardens. So we're on the first hole, and this guy hits a terrible tee shot. I mean, it's okay. So did I.
Yeah, I've never been on a golf course.
Yeah, no, he hits a terrible tee shot. It goes like halfway down the fairway, and we go and find his ball.
It's a 525-yard fairway, so halfway down is about it's 215.
It was like 110 yards, and you hit it about 30. But whatever your mind wants to remember. So this guy's walking. I'm walking next to him. We find his ball, and he's setting up for his second shot. Because my shot was bad, but I hammer it. So I was like off in the bushes somewhere. I had to go find it. So this guy goes up to the ball and just takes a freaking man hack at it. Like, guy's a Viking warrior swinging a battle axe and just hacks it. And I'm like, boom, and I look up, like looking for the ball. And I'm like, dude, I didn't see it. Did you see which way it went? He's like, I don't know, man. And I'm looking, and I'm like, well, the sky's kind of gray and hazy. It's really wet out. I'm like, I don't know, man. It must have gone over the green. I don't know, man. Because the ball's nowhere around us. Like, nowhere near where he hit it, right? So we move on. We go to the area of the green. I don't remember what happens from here, but we never find the ball. So we're just like, dude, I don't even know where you hit it. Maybe you shanked it and it went right. I don't know what the hell happened. So we end up going and playing that whole round of golf. Somehow we finish. And then we decide we're going to start to go around for the second time to play another 9 to make it 18 because it's a small 9-hole kind of par 3 course. And I'm walking on the fairway on the first hole again, because I'm going down the fairway to find my ball. And I come up near to the spot where Jared had hit the ball that we couldn't find. And I look down and I see about the size of like a human tooth, just like this little 3 millimeter bit of white poking out of the mud. And I'm like, dude, is that a golf ball? Subterranean, under the ground? And I pull this ball out and clean it off. And sure as it was Jared's golf ball. He had missed the ball so badly when he swung that he didn't shank it or hit it so far we couldn't see it. He hit the top of the ball so hard, it sunk the ball into the mud to where it was not even visible except for that little sliver of white. And I found it as we went back the second time. That was hilarious.
You left out a crucial detail. So the reason we found the ball is because my second tee shot was it went to the exact same spot. That's where my second tee shot was.
On the second round?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
That's why we walked over there. It's because my ball was over there, and I'm like, yeah, my ball's over here, and you're like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, I don't know. And then you walked over, like, is this your first ball? And I'm like, probably. I don't know.
You just smashed it into the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it worked.
Classic.
I mean, in my mind, it went in the hole, so I don't really know. It's like I couldn't find it, so it went in the hole.
It went into the mud hole that is beneath your ball.
I survived 18 holes of golf, so, and I only lost a couple balls.
Yeah, I miss that place.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever been officially golfing on a golf course.
Well, when I move out there in 3 months, I'm bringing my clubs, and we're going to go to Tohi.
I don't have golf clubs, so.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but it's pretty difficult to golf without golf clubs. So I mean, that does matter a little bit because you can't golf.
We'll just go to Corey's house and borrow some. It's no big deal.
Whose house?
I don't even know, man.
Who?
That guy Corey.
No, we're not borrowing any clubs from anyone. I don't golf.
You can use my clubs. It'll
I
be
don't.
fine.
I don't golf. Two guys sharing a set of golf clubs on the golf course. We're gonna share a soda and a ice cream cone too.
I mean, why not?
Okay. I was hoping you'd say
I almost
yes.
said something
wanted to do
vulgar,
that.
but then I was like, what if people watch this and
They don't.
it comes
They
back?
don't.
Yeah.
They don't. They won't. No one will ever see this. But yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much nailed it. I don't think there's much else to talk about. I feel like we did it. So I think we can pretty much call it. That was a good one. Well, if somehow shockingly you're still here and weren't offended or bored or all of the above and you made it all the way, we thank you and we will happily see you next week. So episode 3. That's it. We did it.
Over and out.